This interview was not a good idea for Roc Nation at all. It actually achieved the opposite of what it was intended for. Memphis Bleek popped out to do his press tour the same week Jay-Z is popping out. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think Memphis Bleek was sent on that press tour to do damage control, to run PR for Roc Nation and Jay-Z. And I think Memphis Bleek methods of running PR is actually doing the opposite. And people are actually turning further away from Jay-Z and Roc Nation because of things Memphis Bleek is saying during these podcasts. The most recent podcast he did, he linked up with Punch, Mouse, and I think DJ Self. And they talked about Jay-Z and the current drama and turmoil he's in. It didn't do Jay-Z any favors at all. Memphis Bleek and his definition of helping is telling them that the fans is broke. Jay-Z don't owe nobody nothing. The fans ain't do a goddamn thing for Jay-Z. They ain't the reason why Jay-Z got money and Jay-Z is lit. The audience ain't the reason. So essentially, if the goal here was to run positive PR and make people like Jay-Z, people left this interview hating Jay-Z even further. Now, I enjoy Memphis Bleek as a commentator. I like what Memphis Bleek talks, because Memphis Bleek is entertaining. But if you're Jay-Z and you're Roc Nation and you're looking at this, even though it's hilarious and entertaining to us who's watching, it's still really bad news for Roc Nation and Jay-Z.
Obsessed with Jay-Z. This is Flex's new thing now. You know
Everybody what I mean? Is. I don't know what happened. The whole internet done turned into his blame Roc Nation is Jay-Z fault. So
it definitely, a lot of people be bringing that thing. You want to know what I feel like it is? Because he doesn't talk to nobody. But I'm not blaming Hov for nothing.
I don't want him to. If he did, they'll just make up more. I'm glad he don't talk to none of these, man. They don't deserve to hear nothing from the God. Like, in my words, these, man. That's why I'm out here.
And when you say that, in what regard, like? They don't. No, not that. Why? When you say they don't deserve to hear from the God,
they don't deserve, man. Y'all all here making up stories and making up your own analogies.
Wouldn't that be better that you
explanation for?
Memphis Bleek, I understand. If there's one person on this planet Earth who understands, it's me. Trust me, I understand. I want to say F these ninjas too. But here's the problem. The content creators don't represent the entire fan base. It's easy to get fooled into thinking these content creators and their opinions represent the temperature of the fan base. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. It just don't. It just does not. Right? These content creators don't speak for the entire fan base. So it's easy to see the dialogue and the conversation going viral and then tell Hov, man, F these ninjas. Hov, you don't got to speak to, no. Hov got to come out and speak to his audience, his fans, his consumers. I agree. He don't got to talk to these content creators at all. But he could find a neutral and a even playing field. He could go ahead and find a neutral platform. He can find somebody who has not been hateful towards him online. I wouldn't expect Hov to come online and talk to, I don't know, Poetic Flacco or DJ Academic. No, I wouldn't expect him to do that. But you can come online and find, I don't know, Touré or find, I don't know, bruh. Well, you can't go to somebody who's too friendly, right? Like, you can't sit down with B. Dot or Charlamagne the God because, you know, they are just too friendly. But you can find a neutral and even playing field, right? That will give you the opportunity to come and speak as you may. So I do think Hov owes that, though, because if you don't speak, the people who love you, all they're left with, well, it's the negativity. If the positive stuff don't get spoken on, if the person who the negative stories is about doesn't come out to correct the record, well, guess what? Now all the audience got is the negative stories, and now they're left to A, believe it, or two, say, okay, I'm gonna wait until Jay speaks. But if Jay never speaks, they're kind of put in a bad position. Because if you hear the lie long enough and loud enough, you're gonna start believing the lie, trust me. So I think Bleek is wrong. And when you're telling, again, Jay's audience who's been patient with Jay, who have seen accusations of Jay doing a lot of scandalous stuff, from Colin Kaepernick to Tark, Jay has done a lot of scandalous stuff in his industry. So the audience have been patient, but how long do you want them to wait? And now you're saying he would never speak to y'all. He would never give y'all a response because he don't owe it to y'all. Well, these people made him a millionaire. They made him a billionaire. He owes it to somebody, not the content creators, but to his fans at least, right?
Because you are a major figure.
Nah, he ain't no major figure. He is the figure.
Okay, so that's just like if I'm a president.
Yes.
Yes. Tell me when they come up here and chop it up with y'all. They give y'all some
they're not a part of our culture.
But listen, do they give y'all the inside of the new car dropping?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's called a keynote. It's called a keynote. They stand it.
You got it last night. There was some keynotes last night. This whole weekend.
There was some keynotes.
You feel
Last
me?
night,
You feel
Pharrell
me?
came out and gave a real
There was some
keynote last night. That was great.
You feel me?
But what I'm saying, now this enters into the only pushback I got when it comes to whole. We can't always imitate the other side, right? You can't become an oligarch. So if there's something that somebody from the community or from the culture feels like, hey, you've kind of aligned yourself with us, we've supported you, and this thing right here doesn't really make sense in what you say you align, I think you do owe, especially because of your...
You don't owe an explanation,
you
bro.
you always owe an explanation to the people that got you there.
So let me tell you this right now. Do you feel like you owe anybody explanation for anything you do right now?
Absolutely. There's a bunch of things in my career that I don't do because it would be...
Why?
It would be disingenuous. The people that supported me.
Get you here?
The people that supported me, especially somebody like me.
You know why they support you? Because they feel like you.
Right.
They don't feel you owe them an explanation. Because they're not out here apologizing to nobody. Why should you?
Here's an example of why Jay-Z got to talk to the people. Jay-Z did a whole freestyle. And at that freestyle, Jay-Z said, how can y'all call me a sellout for taking a deal when Colin Kaepernick signed a non-disparagement agreement? And then TMZ does a review of what Jay-Z said and say, yo, oh no, they're lying. Like Colin Kaepernick never signed a non-disparagement agreement. That's just not true. That's just a lie. Jay-Z is lying. And he's lying to come across as less of a sellout, I guess. So these narratives are affecting Jay-Z. And that's why he needs to speak out, right? If it was not affecting him, he wouldn't do an entire freestyle lying on Colin Kaepernick yet again to make him taking the NFL deal look a little better. See, Jay-Z is doing these things and presenting himself as an authority. He's presenting himself as somebody who cares about social issues. Well, if you care about social issues, a lot of these moves you wouldn't make. Things such as calling up TMZ and telling TMZ to run a negative story on Colin Kaepernick when you took over at the NFL job because you promised the NFL that you're gonna make the Colin Kaepernick problem go away because he was putting belted behind on them. It's things like that you owe the culture an explanation for, and until you give the explanation, you're gonna come across as looking terrible. And when Bleek said, do you answer to anyone? Would you apologize? Well, if Hov believes he did nothing wrong, then there's no need to apologize. You just got to explain why you don't need to apologize. And yes, Bleek, yes, we owe it to our audience. If I'm doing videos saying F Chud the Builder, and then like in 2 months, y'all see me at a Chud the Builder press conference saying free Chud the Builder, I would owe my audience an explanation as to why I decided to lose my effing marbles in my mind. That's just how it works, okay? If you have an audience, people who have put money in your pockets, people who are responsible for you feeding your family, you owe them. If you watch any one of these interviews, then you kind of understand where the conversation was going. They ultimately got to the Target conversation where Jay-Z did a deal with Target. And, a lot of people, for some reason, is now saying the Target deal was not an exclusive deal. When Target announced the deal as an exclusive deal, Target announced the fact that there will only be things about that vinyl and certain unreleased records with certain versions will only be at Target in the Target version, right? So, of course, it's an exclusive deal. Well, they asked Memphis Bleek about this, and his response, again, did Jay-Z no favors whatsoever.
No matter what you say, man, like the truth came out about them fouls and all that. They still run with it. Yo, homie in this and homie in that. It's like,
what about the Target?
The lawyer shot down. Don't talk to me about that. I don't give a fuck about that activism. My niggas is still in there, my nigga.
Right. I don't give a F about that activism. Here's the thing, though. Memphis Bleek can say this because Memphis Bleek is authentic. He's as real as they come. Yo, Memphis Bleek ain't no phony, bruh. Yo, Bleek not saying no interviews and like, you feel me? Yo, he's not he's a real one. He's a real general. Like, he's not faking the funk with nobody. But here's the thing, Jay-Z is. And that's what Bleek don't understand. Jay-Z is faking the funk. Jay-Z is acting like he cares about that social activism. Jay-Z is acting like he cares. Yo, if Jay-Z came out like Memphis Bleek, man, F that activism, bruh. I'm trying to get another billion. I don't give a damn about your social issues, bruh. Miss me with that. Then there will be no more conversations to be had. People will have to accept it or not accept it. They would have to say, okay, this is who Jay-Z is, right? If Jay-Z came out like Memphis Bleek, respect it or don't respect it. Support or don't support. But there's no other conversation to be had here. There's no, oh my God, you fake. But Jay-Z is not doing that because Jay-Z has made the majority of his wealth on pretending to them white folks that he is an authority in the culture. So when they need a black representative, the first person they call is Jay-Z. And he don't want to like relinquish that position in the culture. That position has been too profitable. He only has the halftime show in the Super Bowl because the NFL believed that Jay-Z is the one black person that can make black folks love us again. So, Bleek, you right. Right? Like, you is right. If you real with yourself, you don't care about activism. You care about the check. But Jay-Z has presented himself as somebody who cares about activism, and that's why what Jay-Z doing is foul.
Right.
So don't worry about us.
Look, the Target deal is important because I hit up both of these dudes when that episode came. I said, oh. Y'all gotta look
selective
at, but look,
rage.
But look, no, not at all.
Everybody album is available vinyl.
So
in
why wouldn't Hov say, hey, I don't have
he
control.
He don't have to. He don't owe you no explanation, my nigga.
That's where we split ways.
Well, that's gonna forever be that, my nigga. Y'all sounded like the old lady in the window. Why y'all outside 3 a.m. loud? We gotta tell her we selling drugs. That's why.
No, I don't. I don't get the correlation there.
She want to know why we outside late doing what we do. You want to know why he did what he did. We owe none of y'all no explanation.
We
selling drugs,
No. The difference is you didn't, unless you paying that old lady rent or whatever the case may be.
He not paying your rent.
Right. The community at large. The community at large supported Hov. The community at large supported Hov.
You're not paying his rent.
Again, the community at large supported Hov. Hov gets to where he's at because the community supported him.
First of all, the community know about money right now because of Hov. Right? Would still be running around picking boogers, wiping them on a camera screen if it wasn't for Hov and B.I.G. Let's clear it up, man.
I'm not saying entertain lies.
You gotta explain Target to the community of who? Who is this community?
Those who are not.
They don't even exist.
Yeah, but that's the lazy part. There's real people out here. Target.
Where they at?
What did I send y'all? When Target,
we just had a Target thing. Sorry, cut you off. We just had a Target event in Soho. Was the protesters out there?
Sure wasn't.
All right.
They should have been.
Though.
They should have been.
They on X with the picket.
Listen now. Listen. Now watch this. Target just reported their last 5-year numbers. The last 3 years since the protest has been happening, they're down 3.4 billion. Mm-hmm. So it's happening in real life.
The statement that y'all was not thinking about getting money before Jay-Z tells you everything you need to know. Memphis Bleek believes that Jay-Z invented the mindset of getting money in the black community. That black folks was not concerned about getting money. Black folks didn't care about getting money. Black folks had no desire to get money until Jay-Z showed up on the scene. That should tell you everything you need to know about this conversation, bruh. Now, I expect this from Memphis Bleek because, that's his homie, right? Memphis Bleek is loyal. But the sad part about it is this conversation is being had, this exact same conversation, the talking points, the mindset, everything is being had with other people who's not Memphis Bleek. It's being had with other people who don't really know Jay, just fans. These is Jay-Z groupies who was on YouTube spewing these exact same talking points. That black folks, the very entire existence of black folks never wanted to get money until Jay-Z showed up in the 90s. Are you crazy? You are nuts. Now, here's the thing. People love to discredit this Target boycott. But you peep how nobody was discrediting this Target boycott until Jay-Z crossed the picket fence? Nobody was saying, man, why this thing needed? Man, y'all being fake. No, nobody was this. Everybody was on board with this Target boycott until Jay-Z did what he did. And because he did what he did, now guess what? Memphis Bleek and others, and I don't want to call names, but you guys know who they are, right? They on their podcast talking about, man, this Target boycott, man. And that is exactly why Target got in business with Jay-Z. They got in business with Jay-Z, so now black folks can come back to Target and start questioning the validity of this boycott. And it worked, right? It worked. Look at all the Jay-Z defenders. Look at B-Dot. Look at Memphis Bleek. Look at other people. The first thing they say is, who's still boycotting Target? Oh, really? Why y'all boycotting Target? They ain't do nothing wrong. And that's why they paid Jay-Z that money. Y'all let me know what y'all think, okay? Do y'all believe that Jay-Z owes an explanation to his audience or not? Let me know, okay? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen, here or here or here somewhere on my screen, to find out why exactly this racist comedian learned the hard way today about disrespecting black women. I'm going to see you guys in this video right here. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.